that you know, this map pool, the second map pool, is a little bit janky. I used to sort of set the map pools, but now I do it by RNG generator, and I must say this second one is probably one of the worst ones I've ever seen. Of Guardian, Alterac, Tomb, Volskaya, Curse. For me personally, anyway. I mean, I like Tomb, but the rest of them are a little bit yikes.
Well, good thing I'm here, because I like the maps, except for Tomb is a little bit yikes for me.
We've had this discussion before, I swear, Sammy. I swear.
We definitely did. Had with most of our cast. Alright.
So with this, it looks like Tomb of the Spider Queen, obviously here. Now, I'm going to go back onto the Rumble leaderboard. Yep, AFK for Koku are at the top. They've got a score of 17, almost guaranteed to be in the qualifiers at the end. So I think it's a nice balance, you know, this Rumble. You know, we've got some top teams who have just won a few matches very quickly, very easily, as well, of course, as AFK for Koku, who have been turning up every week, every single week, Sammy, to make sure they're here. So that's why they've got a big score. Whereas people like Chen Si and the Bunker Crew, they turned up for 3 matches, won all 3. Easy peasy.
Indeed, let's see how it goes. Seems like we've got everyone in the lobby and the first people are already getting ready.
Yeah, so I will try and do the betting again. So hopefully my internet and frames and everything will last well enough for me to do the predictions. I'm having to do the predictions from my own account though, not from the Heroes Lounge account, Sammy. Something about Microsoft Edge apparently is rubbish. Who knows?
I'm not using Microsoft Edge. I can't talk with you about that.
Look, so what, Samuel? I'll let you into my secret. I have the Heroes Lounge account logged in on Microsoft Edge, and my personal account on Google Chrome because I only use Google Chrome, like personally. So that's why I have to use Microsoft Edge. But yeah, we've got some people, some fans in there.
I use a Para GX. But yeah, but let's go into the draft. We have first pick for the side of AFK for Koku, which means they also have the first ban.
Yeah, and we'll have to see what it is. Tomb of the Spider Queen, of course, wave clear heavy. That Blaze could be a big focus. That Johanna could be a big focus, of course. I've been
honestly, I feel like Maeve is one of the strongest heroes on this map.
I mean, that could be that you've just played with Staubfinger a lot.
No. Hear me out, okay.
Okay, give me a reasoning without mentioning Staubfinger.
One big issue on Tomb of the Spider Queen is turning in those gems.
Yeah.
Who has those gems? The guy who is stepping up getting those gems. Who is usually the tank?
Yeah.
Who do you need to zone so you can turn in your gems?
Yeah.
The tank.
Yeah.
But what if you can just have Maiev step up, take those gems, help out with wave clear and take cams, and then she can pay while the tank zones and create space for her to turn in.
You've got a point. You've got a point. You've got it all there. And if everyone is turning in around the objective, turning in on the point, you can use the fan of knives like infinitely there because they're all turning around, like huddled around. It's great. It's great. And that always happens, of course.
And then you might also be called Staubfinger and just win every team fight with it. Of course.
Yeah, I mean that also helps.
But then in the meantime, talking about stacking and long late games, we've got the Sibo ban coming out from AFK for Koku after banning out the Endo. And while we do see the Hanzo who was played in the last game being removed this time by Zeon Van Lili, and they also decided to ban the best map for her for Johanna. She's the queen of wave clear in terms of tanks. This leaves now a lot of picks up for the first pick. Hanzo generally very high prioritized pick by AFK for Koku for pop-in, so but this now leaves Dukov. Malay is potentially up for the grabs as well. The Haka not played that much, but I still would say he's very strong on this map. Change my mind.
Yeah, he still can be very strong. Of course, he's not as super duper powerful as he is on lots of others, but still, you know, has decent wave clear, can get good speed. The tongue is still an absolute factor to sort of think about, especially when there's so many brushes available for him to stalk into. But we see Malfurion and Reina coming out here from Legiona Mayeli.
Yeah, Ledro coming in with his straight build Reyna again.
So I've heard it secretly that Reyna is kind of secret OP at the moment, and definitely wanted to be thinking about in your compositions these days. Maybe in Heroes Lounge, maybe in Storm League. But we see Blaze, that thing that we were talking about non-stop, coming out here from Proximo, as well as Junkrat from Poppin' Fresh. So 2 big power picks coming out. I'm not sure about the Malfurion being picked so early here for Sivon Van Lili. You know, maybe it's to sort of threaten some hyper carry later on, but I mean, honestly, I could have seen the Blaze being picked up earlier here.
Yeah, the issue we did see on the Dragon Slayer game, Malfurion, even though he's a good healer, he can just be dived and killed, because he does not really have a lot of tools against it. People just jump in his face, like let's say Zonia just leaps in his face and there's not a lot he can do about it. But it's already seeing this Stukov is kind of rough, but now seeing the Blaze and Junkrat kind of means they're more playing front to back for the side of FK for Coco, so the Malfurion is in a little bit of a safer space now. Also seeing Stitches and Anno being banned is very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the Stitches obviously goes well with the Malfurion, that roots underneath there, but the Anubrak, of course, sort of a counter to Stitches, really able to close that gap, so it's nice to see that, but it could have been an all a big bait as ETC is here, as well as Chen coming out. So Anubrak being one of those heroes that has a lot of interrupts for the ETC mosh pit, as well, of course, as Chen. So nice draft here so far from Sion Van Lili.
The issue Sion Van Lili lacks so far is wave clear. ETC has no wave clear. Chen is like one of the worst offlaners in terms of wave clearing. But Fern and Reyna, they don't have a lot of wave clear either, so their last pick does have to be like a Jaina or something, with something which really boosts their wave clear. On the other side, we did see Murin and Sylvanas being picked up, and Sylvanas really helps out with the wave clear for them. Murin is the ganking squad, and maybe we're gonna see Stormbolt into mind control to just blow up the ETC every time, because the mind control cannot be cleansed. You rather hurt your ETC if you cleanse the mind control, because mind control slows you, but if you remove it, you can only cleanse the slow, but not the mind controlling part of it.
Yeah, so I was going to say, Sammy, that you know, that is a very good point into the tank of ETC. But on the other side, the Muradin, you know, it really opens up a lot of mage picks for the side of Sion Van Lili. And one of those is Kel'Thas, not really threatened too much by Muradin, due to the fact of being able to stun him out of being able to jump away. So I really like this pickup of Kel'Thas as well. Good wave clear, good follow-up for ETC. Nice stuff here from Sion Van Lili. This is a very even draft here, and I don't know which way to go, Sammy.
It's a really rough one. I would say I would give it to FK for Coco if they go mind control.
Yeah, I mean, the Sylvanas is very powerful.
Else I would probably favor it. No, I would give it to FK for Coco. They just win the wave clear battle, which is the most necessary part. The only thing I'm afraid of is a Chen getting a good kek to really get a kill onto Sylvanas or Stukov especially, but also the Junkrat is in very great danger. On Muradin and Blaze, they have still good tools as we're jumping into game number 1.
Yep, and here on the blue side, it is AFK for Cocoa, and we have Proximo on the Blaze, Poppin' Fresh on the... Well, I almost said Gazlo, it's Junkrat. We've got Z-Sleep on the Sylvanas, Yimek on the Muradin, and Beanfish on Stukov.
And to the rights and the reds, we've got some Finns, Zeon Van and Lili, Myrmidon on ETC's Swen Bang on Malfurion, Meta, Maka on Jen, Zerfa playing the Kel'Thas, and good old Legionam Yelia playing his trade build Reyna.
Yeah, and we can see that trait is already picked up, and they're going to be looking to get as many stacks as possible. Already getting number 1 there. And Blaze and Muradin, not bad heroes to try and stack onto. As I sort of say, Muradin, a decent hero, but sometimes has less threat than perhaps thought. Obviously, the stun is still there, but Myrmidon on that ATC will be looking
big stun from Blaze.
Already huge stuns coming out, huge displacement from the Junkrat as well, but Yimek is going to be the one in danger, although a really good peel from Beanfish. So much damage already coming out here in this first minute of the game, Samu.
Yeah, Legionam Yelia, he's just going pew pew, pew 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 pew, but Myrmidon, that's exactly what we said. ETC is one of the tanks you can blow up easily, and there we go, he's that. Myrmidon stun into Stuk of Silence, and low blow deals tons of damage, and this is before level 10, before mind control is there, or maybe a Junkrat trap, a good one, can also be very helpful for it. Or say Stuk of Rooting on level 13 is also a lot of tools to really go onto the ATC and try to kill him.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of good play out of AFK for Coco, and this is no exception this match so far. But they will have to be careful as Proximo goes in, gets the stun on there, but Momodon is saying, hello, I'm here by the way, doesn't connect with the power slide, and we'll have to be careful right now as they have no escape. A good stun from Umek, the silence comes out as well. Momodon is having to just say, look, chase me this way, as Leoja Manelli gets up to 15 stacks here on their level 1 talent.
Indeed, he keeps on going pew-pew, which is fine, which is good.
Do you think that's part of the strategy of Seon Van Lili at the moment, to say, like, just make space, just get the Reyna stacked up, and eventually he'll be able to auto-attack Junkrat?
I am a little... It's weird, but I've once talked with... Oh, wait a second, Zerfg got mined in a little bit, but no, gonna be fine. I've once talked with Legend Amelie about his build, actually, because I was curious. And he was like, oh, wait a second, he's getting engaged on, and he dies. Really bad. Proximo goes down in a trade kill, which is still bad for Seon Van Lili, because Reyna, he lost one of his Gambit stacks, and that's 15% of damage, which is equal to 20 stacks on auto attack, so he's practically damage-wise on level 1 again.
Yeah. I mean, I wondered if that was going to say, you talked to Lejon Melee about his stacking build, and he said, it's great as long as you don't die, and there we go. he gets popped.
The thing he said, the thing he said is actually pretty funny. He agreed to it not being the ideal build for Reyna. He just enjoys it because at 16, when you get the trade activatable and the percentage damage, he actually deals a lot of burst damage, and I have to agree on that, because that way, like, you can just surprise a Reyna by just one-shot, surprise a Junkrat or Sylvanas by just one-shotting them nearly with 2 auto attacks, which is really, really fun to do yourself and also just to watch.
Yeah, it certainly can feel good. Q build as well, something to be considered as well on Reyna. He's very, very, very powerful right now. We've got some people cheering on for the Lilis right now. Myrmidon will have to interrupt here. Umek does look to try and find Myrmidon. Manages to dodge out on that Storm Bolt. Really good stuff here from the red team, as they're now going to be trying to find something onto this Junkrat. Junkrat falling so low and low, lower and lower, and Legion Manelli tries to find that last auto attack, but it's not quite there. Popping Fresh getting away with just 120 HP.
Both teams already having enough gems for a turn in. The bruiser camps already have been taken, and the Proxima trying to turn in, but no. Wait, no, he's not getting interrupted. That's the blue whip who was getting turned in.
Oh, I think Legiona missed their auto there. They went instead for the Muradin.
The counter? No, you make.
I don't.
Single digit health. Because the auto attack was blocked by block party from Mafurin. Else he would have been dead.
Wow. Crazy stuff. I mean, it's a good bit of blockage here from that level 1 talent. And we see a good stun here from the blue team, trying to find that re-engage against Zerf and Legion Lumiere. They're able to get away with that Nature's Cure. 8 health, Black Milk Online is saying. A big stun though on ETC. They're not going to be able to get away. This is a solid kill here for the blue team.
AFK for Coco, they're just doing a really, really good job just chaining those CCs, making it really hard for their opponents. Oh, just got picked up as well.
T-Tor's coming out.
Just coming out, jumping in, getting the Muradin stun first, having the follow-up with the other heroes. Don't even need 10 yet to secure those kills, and Mafurin is one of those healers he cannot deal with. He does not have any burst healing. He can maybe cleanse you, but that's all he can do for you.
And do you want to know one thing I always say about Junkrat? Is you don't really get kills with Junkrat unless you get major displacements before level 10. And here we see 5 kills already come out here for the side of AFK Coco. They've been doing exceptionally well, landing these CC chains, really making sure they can get all of that damage onto that same target.
I would also say usually when you have a Junkrat drought, you kind of like a little bit of damage early of game. That's why you only get kills with a lot of displacement. But in this game, they've got the low blow instead of like, I don't know, a different healer, which helps out enormous with the damage. And this is what we see so far.
Yeah, the mind control comes out, not connecting here though. Good sleep from the Malfurion and Roots, and they're able to defend this a little well until level 10. Now we may see what ETC picks in. Most likely going to be the Mosh Pit, and there we have it. Yep, indeed. We have Twilight Dream as well as Keg, so they are really going with some major combos here on the side of the red team.
Oh, Poppin' Fresh getting his gems in as Myrmidon. He was interrupted by a Chakra Trap in the bush. But yeah, just... Oh, it is Myrmidon getting locked down.
And this is the CC combo we were talking about. Legion Miele still putting a lot of damage here on the top of there, but out comes the stun, out comes the mind control, and that's going to be another Gambit stack gone here for the Reina. Z-Leaf has to be careful though as they're getting knocked about. Oh, the interrupt not quite connecting with Z-Leaf, and they get away with 82 HP, but Beanfish a similar amounts of HP. So much spread value, but meanwhile the Red Web Weaver, the Red Web Weaver face has come down, Simon.
Red Web Weaver wave.
I do it like once every 3 casts on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Happens to the best of us, Sammy.
Indeed, but yeah, it was exactly what I said. Like, normal into mind control, Reina's dead. It's that easy.
Oh, Mosh Pit being popped here by Myrmidon, but it's, you know, not catching Beanfish. Not this time, at least. They need to find a little bit more, find themselves a kill. They do have the CC for it. They do have something that can, you know, put out the damage. Maybe when we get to the later stages of the game, but right now they're just able to escape here with narrow single digits of HP.
But what I was about to mention earlier was, like, before they hit level 10, before that fight, when you press tab, you saw that Surkov had as much damage as Mopfur and ETC together. Oh, Beanfish getting a nice bunker drop down.
Yeah.
Metamarker getting knocked away.
They'll be able to drink that away a little bit, and there's a lot of damage coming out here onto the blue team in response. But still no kills quite found here for the red team.
Yeah, but top 4 is already gone. I feel like structure-wise, it's not looking really good for FK for Coco. They're also very close to turning in the gems again. Got a few turned in already, which is helping them a lot. Beanfish, though, is stepping up, getting a little bit of damage.
Oh, and we do have a pause. So we get to go back to my terrible haircut today, Samu. It is all over the place.
And my terrible lightning, so you know that.
Oh, it's a lovely day here today in the United Kingdom. I'm not sure how it is in Austria for you.
Fine. I was not outside a lot today.
You've got your curtains nice and closed to make sure that the lighting
No. I was streaming 6 hours today morning, so.
Woo! That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Well, here we've got some people cheering on people in the chat. Make sure you tell us who you're cheering for, AFK for Coco or Seon Van Lili. I think there's a couple of Finns in the channel, which usually leans on the side of Seon Van Lili. As we've had the translation that it's only Lili. That is what Seon Van Lili means.
Indeed. In the meantime, all the other launch people have to vote for... I have to vote for FK for Coco because there's a manager, and so I'm sorry, I'm biased.
As a manager rather than a moderator, and we're all about Poppin' Fresh, who has done a lot of effort in the past here for Lounge. Kale pick balls from Uzi.
I'm not quite sure what he wants there.
But
we're ready to go and make it in the game. We need to talk about it further. Oh, did he pick the globes on one probably, right?
Yeah.
He's got a nice sweet shield, which will help him when he gets like stunned and mind controlled and silenced, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It will help a lot. Of course, he won't be able to use it while mind controlled. But will be able to do something. Now, Proximo was very, very deep here, but Metamac Myrmidon not able to find anything, of course. No DPS with them, and sadly, there is nothing left here in the top for the red team. So Junkrat's going to push that out, and hopefully for them, it might get a little bit of keep damage.
Indeed. In the meantime, we've got someone mentioning in chat later is soon out of gambits, and that is true. He's under 1 gambit and 41 stacks, which is actually like just being level 1 and losing 1 stack damage-wise. So, oh, another stun and reward onto the ETC.
Not
nice.
even mind control used that time, Samu. Just pure.
That was a blaze stun.
Is this low blow damage and just the blaze stun damage as well, you know?
Yeah.
It's so much damage coming out here from the blue team, and they're doing so well punishing the CTC.
I'm still surprised by who thought that it's fun to give a blaze like that 500 damage on his E.
Oh, it was so great pre-nerf. So great pre-nerf. I remember suddenly thinking, maybe I'm a blaze main now, and then realizing, oh no wait, it's an OP talent on level 13.
But it didn't get nerfed so far. It's the bad part about it.
It did get nerfed a little bit, no? Either way, we have a boss play here for the blue team. The red team might have sniffed it out, but it's all too little too late as Blaze once again putting in the stop sign, saying no, puts down the bunker to make sure they don't get taken out. And this is a boss push coming in the top. 100 gems available for the red team.
And the boss generally is risky for AFK for Coco though, because there's a keg on the other side and they can't stop the keg. They've got no way of being unstoppable.
No cleanse, no nothing on the side of the blue team. They do have to be so careful if a combo is found from the reds, but yet they have yet to find it.
Actually, fun fact, Stukov level 16, the heal when you get stunned, can proc multiple times.
Yeah, it has no cooldown.
And there's no cooldown, and on the Diablo E, it procs 2 times.
Yeah, I don't think it procs multiple times on Mosh Pit, sadly. Otherwise, that would be a bit busted.
Okay, I'm gonna march just to heal everyone up on their team, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, but this could be a good mosh here. But Mind Control comes out. ETC not able to find the power slide, not able to do anything here as they get taken down. Poppin' Fresh able to pop Legion and Manelli onto the wrong side of that wall, and it looks like the DPS are focusing them down while Blaze and Yumek have a little bit of fun. Blaze in a little bit of trouble though, gets slapped, gets killed, and this is a crucial kill here for the red team. They're able to claim this camp. Can they find anything more right now? Kel'Thas trying to pop something over the wall, but meanwhile the blue web weavers are falling down. Beanfish being taken for a ride. Anything more here for the red? No, Zerfty not quite in position to follow up damage. It's just there.
I just the Stukov was kicked into the wall, and then when the kick ended, Jen wanted to Q him for bonus damage, but he Q'd over the wall because there was no space for him behind.
It's all intentional here from Metamake, just to help get him away.
I'm sad we don't see Towers of Doom today. I could have also showed you another nice trick there.
Wow.
Maybe another time.
Another time, Simon. Another time here. As we have this Web Weaver wave being cleared in the mid lane, cleared in the bot lane by Kel'Thas. This is why they picked Kel'Thas, for that cleaning up. But it looks like there's a little bit of a danger zone here as Myrmidon finds himself mind controlled. The stun is available and the kill is done. And now Z-Leaf and the rest of AFK for Coco picking up this top keep. A beautiful trap here by them. I almost thought it wasn't going to go down, Sammy.
It hurts to beat ETC this game, not.
It does, and we've seen the two sides of ETC so far in the series today. You know, there was a nice tanky ETC earlier on, but this one we are seeing how squishy he really can be against such displacement, such CC.
But it comes down in the end to the team content, how the drafts worked. Like this time it's just both teams like trying to CC chain someone, and there he's weak. And then having a Mafuran as healer is not really helpful against that. Well, on the other game, they were the aggressive team. They were the team which leapt in. They were the team which stage dived in. And then it's really hard to focus them down because there's just so many targets. You kind of have to suddenly decide on who you focus on. It's getting really hard to just blow up the ATC.
Yeah, Myrmidon not going for the power slide here on...
Oh.
But it's with the sleep, with the silence, that was actually interrupted by the other silence. Very good kill here. Myrmidon finding themselves shoved back, but it's interrupted by Legion and Miele. They're trying to find something. They're able to get a little bit of a little bit of a mosh pit there. Small dance party for one. And with all the heroics popped here, the red team do get their web weavers in. But with the cost of potentially a Reina.
Oh, Reina?
Unless they get away. Unless they don't have paint and red, they're dead.
Yeah, he was found. He's going down. Also, mid wave was heavily in favor for... Mid and top wave was heavily in favor for FK for Coco. Just running in mid lane the chem, top lane the catapults. So the web won't get a lot of value there for them. While the bot lane is already starting to be defended with the kill on the Reina. Yeah,
so I'd call this a recovery turn in here for the red team. But unfortunately, the recovery is being neutered by AFK for Coco. Finding 2 kills in this time. Able to get that ETC swallowed up. No, they have another turn in available. ETC didn't have a lot of gems. All the gems are on Zergef, Swangbang, and Metamake. Metamake. Sorry, not Metamake. Putting on too much of a European accent for it.
It's not the ZCL guy, Maka?
Maka, yeah, well, you know, I'm sure someone might be like, Make. But with boss up on a naked fort here, this is another sort of turn in of desperation for the red team. They're going to have the siege giants in the bot as well, but they have to acknowledge that this boss is being taken in the top. And it is going to be pushed in.
Level 20. That's level 20 in for AFK for Coco. Which means 15-second cooldown on mind control. Bunk upgrade. I guess that's too big one, like for Junkrat. Okay, they decide to drive defend the lanes and not push with the boss. Which is also fine.
Which, you know, I suppose it's the safer play. You've kind of made it so the red team have no way of really getting back into this game. But at the same time, what is your plan for ending? Do you have enough gems? And the answer is not quite, not yet. You know, they have almost enough gems. Perhaps they do. But with level 20 themselves, they could have potentially gone for the end here. But no, it's the safer. It's a safer play.
It's like
they have exactly enough gems.
Which I really dislike on this map. Like, if they would not have enough gems, let's say they would have 20 gems in total, it would just drag out the game for another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or if someone makes a misplay and then you get a kill and maybe it just ends straight out of it, or grab a camp. But like now, they're just getting a turn in. Mid lane is easily defended by them. The red team is just focusing on the bot lane.
Yeah, Reds have to do something. Though. They have to do something here. A good stun here. Maybe they'll find another thing. Another stun gone on there. But with the silence as well, can they find the Muradin? No. Oh, he does go down just to a little bit of damage from somewhere out of nowhere, it seems. Could this be the saving grace here for the Reds? They get split up. The stun actually not connecting due to that split up. The roots come down, zoning them away. They're finding potentially a kill on Proximo, but no, the mosh pit goes down. Legion Miele getting split here from his team. Bunker keeping Blaze safe, and actually the red team may be able to get a good defense here, but mind control is available. Oh, the roots are there again, but Zergef is going to go down. A key defender here for the Reds.
Indeed, in the meantime, the top web is hitting away on the core, but it will be defended in a second. The last hit on that Murray, by the way, was a trade empowered auto attack by Reina.
Yeah, it seemed like he was out, but look at the damage coming out from Legion Miele right now. He's got 70 stacks and has died 5 times. So he's got 10
no gambit.
Minus 10
he has
stacks.
less damage. He deals less damage than on level 1 when he picked the quest. By the way.
Not less damage. He did.
But like compared to the percentage wise without level scaling, he is lower damage wise compared to level 1 when he picked the quest.
Yeah.
Which is for me the crazy part about this, because the gambit, it's nice to have, but just misplaced on the hero.
We'll see, as of course they have successfully defended this end game scenario. One keep standing for them. a turn-in available for the red team. Perhaps they get themselves a kill or 3 and then a turn-in. Perhaps that's how they end the game. The boss would be available soon after at 1 minute 59. The red team, they have a potential possibility to win this game if they play their cards right, but Muradin is waiting in the wings. The blue team are pushing in, slowly sieging. Yimek finds the stun on ETC. He's got no Q available. The keg comes in, finds Beanfish. Beanfish is being dashed around, but actually gets pushed back the right way. But one auto attack could be enough. He gets into the bunker. He's got barely any HP and is able to survive here. The stun comes out from Zergif as well as Proximo. They're looking to finish off Leisure Manelli if they can, but no, the red team survive, the blue team survive. It's such a close game, Samu.
Yeah, looking at the fight, it's getting really close. It seems like it's looking back in, but no. But looking at the map, Sean and Lili, they only have the mid keep left.
Yeah.
And it's
do you
very
know something?
close to dying. Well, on the other side, they got the walls on all 3 lanes, but that's mostly it. Oh, Lejo getting engaged. That's the stun. The low below, and that's the death of Reyna.
Yeah, I was going to say so many heroics have been used left, right and centre, but there's one that has a 15-second cooldown, and that is Mind Control. It lands on the ETC. ETC has the Mosh Fill available, but is not able to do something. They managed to find the Stukov once again as the keg came off cooldown, but Myrmidon, you need to press R at some point. Maybe try and find that Mosh Pit inside somewhere. As we see, knocking away so much damage coming out here from Zergif, but ultimately these lanes are being pushed out. There is catapults pushing in on this bot lane as well. I mean, it's a tough place for the blue team to come back to because so many gems are just underneath the enemy's core. And, you know, all the red team have to do is get a good team fight, get that turn in, and get a boss play.
Meantime, Twitch chat knows more than us. 2 weeks ago, the Lilies won against AFK for Coco 2-0 in the regular launch season. That's the rematch here.
Seems
Juicy.
like a good rematch perhaps happening here tonight. Purely coincidental. I didn't check into match history and there was no research done in this week's lounge or you know, if you sometimes in the Nexus Rumble, if you really want to play against the team, just let me know. We can make it happen.
I want to play against Transparent Scheme.
Best of luck finding me that team. But yeah.
Alright, they're turning in on the side of Sean and Lili. The map, the lanes are just looking awful for them though. Like top lane is one catapult after another coming in, bot lane there's some siege giants. Mid lane is the only good lane for them. As there's the Bruiser Cam right now pushing in as they got the web wave coming into their favor now.
And catapults at this stage, Samu, can clear it up by themselves, especially when there's catapults every single wave, which is the case in every single lane. This top lane will get cleared out. The catapults actually on the core with a siege giant are going to get some percentage damage potentially, if not cleared up right now. And they do negate the shields, but it's... Oh, there we go! Chunked! Almost 10% in barely a blink of an eye.
I feel like Seon and Lili, they would have needed to go for Hail Mary. The one was spawn and they push top and bottom. I think they would have needed to just go mid with that Bruiser Can and just try to push as far as they can go, force a fight on their opponent and pray for killing the keep, getting some kills or just going for the core straight.
So the plan here for Seon v Lili, they go mid, they go top, they go boss. That's how they end the game. There's no other way here right now, Samu.
Yeah.
There's no other way.
It's getting really rough for them right now. It's
because they've got no web weaver mid right now. They need to leave it, abandon it, go top, open it up, find something, pop your level 10 Reyna, and just siege. This is a good attempt here on Blaze, and they get the kill. This is superb here for Seon van Lili. Finding that kill will mean they are able to get the boss if they want to post this web weaver phase. The only thing they have to worry about is potentially some sort of backdoor, but with the web weavers having pushed out all the lanes as well, it is looking such an open opportunity here for the red team.
The web weaver bottom was cleared so far by the Giants. They don't even lose the fort yet.
I mean, the Giants were cleared beforehand. It was just the catapults.
Yeah, it was completely ignored the bot lane, both teams. And web weaver did hit the fort a bit, but got it only to half health.
It is
now with the Blaze down for 20 seconds, they're looking at the boss.
They have to go for boss. With Reyna with 93 stacks as well, they can potentially do a little bit of damage here. You know, they are.
Dealing more damage than on level 1 percentage-wise.
It's slightly more though now, Salmon. Slightly more.
Yeah, it is.
But we see this is the play here for the blue team. They realize they have to try and force the red team back. They have to try and do something. The red team, they have to commit to that top lane as well. Oh, ETC goes back. He might find himself in a little bit of panic. They're hearthing. They're hearthing.
Are they?
But they're getting interrupted. This is really crucial here. I'm not sure if they can get the kill with ETC without the Junkrat and actually stopping the Hearth. But with the red team Hearth as well. The mosh pit onto Muradin. They're going to get themselves another kill. He pops the Avatar. Is he able to leap away? He's making space.
Look how tanky this guy is.
Kalthas using stun while the mosh pit went off meant that they weren't able to have another stun afterwards. He's going to have another leap available. He doesn't have... He has, by the way, the upgraded Avatar, something that we don't often see. But that is the tankiness. Proximo here to try and peel, but Yimek is surely going to go down now.
He's dying, but he bought enough time for his team to just clear out the boss meanwhile.
The boss does take out, ultimately, that top keep. And there's still a lot of waves here. There's 3 catapults mid, 3 catapults bot. Kel'Thas has to deal with them both. The red team can't pressure top because of how many minions there are. Kel'Thas, you need... There's catapults. Has to pop the Phoenix for it, Samu.
I mean, on the other hand, Phoenix is 60-second cooldown. If you use it for a boss or catapult pressure in this case, I think it's fine.
Tony Poda here saying, don't tell me it's going to be a 30-minute game. After Samu said, oh, my least favourite thing about Tomb is that it lasts forever. Oh, but this is such a clutch kill onto the death mosh coming out here from Merodon. Maybe preventing enough time here that actually...
I was sitting through a 30-minute, actually 45-minute Tomb game today morning when watching CCL of yesterday. No, not again.
So I'm just going to check what this level 20 Avatar does. It gives him 20 armor baseline.
20 armor and gives you core reduction on your W and your E with auto attacks.
Yeah, so really, you know,
it's
that extra 20% armor against the Kel'Thas probably helped in keeping them alive for a little bit longer.
Yes, but you could just go rewind.
You could just go rewind.
It's done another time.
Right. Looks like AFK for Coco are making the core play here, Samu. They're finding the damage.
There's the sun on the back end.
Well, the silence comes out. Can they find anything? Out comes the Riptide. It's going to huge damage. Blows up Reyna completely. We see here the keg comes out, not able to disrupt it. Chen goes down. The core is already stripped of its shields. This is a 27-minute core attack. It has stopped scaling for almost 10 minutes. 50%, 20%. Mosh pit is there, but GG, well played as AFK for Coco take game number 1.
When you try to defend the opponent heroes, but the minions are enough to just kill your core.
An insane amount of damage coming out here from minions here. And yeah, AFK for Coco getting revenge perhaps from the 2-0 they faced earlier in the season.
At least it's not a 35 minutes game, guys.
At least it's not. At least it's not.
At least it's not 35 minutes.
But we do, yeah, we have some... Didn't expect casters to reach chat in game. This is the glory of the Nexus Rumble. We're on a slightly lower delay because it's the Nexus Rumble. So we can reach chat, and it's great. And that's what we try to do. A little bit of fun for everybody here. But Coco, lol, GG from Arno Ross XX.
I didn't accept castles to read the chat during it. We usually do. We just don't always mention it. It's also the next part.
Yeah, that is also true. That is also true. So with this map here, I've lost the match lounge.
It's just match lounge 14, as we do see Seon and Lili going for the map choice instead of the first pick and bring us towards Ultra Pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting. Like when we look at this last game and just sort by deaths, we've got 8 deaths on ECC, 7 deaths on Reyna for the side of Seon and Lili, 1 death on Chen, 1 death on Kel'Thas, which was very close to the end.
Yeah.
And 0 on Morphoran, which immediately shows AFK for Coco, they know who they can kill, and they went for those targets. They just catch DTC or Reyna, because they have the least mobility and the least defensive tools compared to the others. And they killed him because Jen, he just presses E or kicks away. Like, you can't kill him. Kalphos has a shield, which makes it harder to one-shot him, but if he doesn't press it in time, he also dies. But he's usually sending safer compared to Reyna, because Reyna always steps up and tries to auto-take you while having close to no mobility on himself, except for getting a little bit of movement speed by pressing W.
Yeah.
If the ATC is just ETC. He has to be there, he's the tank.
Well, we'll be giving the points away over to those who supported AFK for Coco here. So enjoy those. Now, Ultrac Pass, a little bit of a different map, but not that much different ultimately. You know, these games can go on quite lengthy. Junkrat, once again, another big priority. And ultimately, you know, I wonder what we'll see. You know, it's all about the delay. It's all about, you know, picking the right time to fight on Ultrac Pass.
On Ultrac Pass, one key difference though compared to the others is, if you go for a Hail Mary attempt on Tomb of Spider Queen, go core, and you just hit it down to 10 HP, 10%, because you just don't quite finish it, you just later on are a bigger threat towards the core because it doesn't regenerate. On Ultrac, however, if you fail a core attempt, it regenerates full, so you literally just died at the core and gave your opponents a chance to really push in and get some value themselves. So you have to choose your core attempts very, very carefully on this map, because the core will just retrain again and then you don't have fun.
And here we go into Ultrac Pass. Oh, I've done the wrong transition. Oh, I've done the wrong transition again. There we go. We're on the draft screen now. Fantastic.
Now we're there.
So, Ultrac Pass, of course, a map with the two camps, a map with the cavalry. And what my favourite thing on this map, the bosses. Now, the bosses, most people sort of say they don't do enough damage. They don't do enough. But an early game boss can sometimes net you a little bit of an additional tempo lead, a little bit of a structure advantage if you play it right. So I wonder if we'll see something come out of either of these teams here. But we see Hanzo ban, we see Anduin ban. Maybe AFK for Coco know from playing them previously in the season that banning Anduin is enough to sort of force Swangbang onto that Malfurion, and then they can really exploit a lot of the heroes of Sion van Lili.
Indeed, let's see. Sandman, Hanloban, pretty standard so far. Any adaptations so far?
Junkrat ban coming out here from the team AFK for Coco. Yeah. Very surprised. Very, very surprised. Perhaps they want to guarantee either the Stukov or the Johanna.
And also Junkrat just is hella annoying on this map with the long range poke to just stall the objective. I don't want to face that. Rather not want to face that.
Chromie banned here. Really opening up everything here. That classic strategy of if there's two things that want to be picked in first pick, ban neither of them. Leave them both up so that you can have one of them as well. And it's going to be the Hogger is that first pick. Of course, the hero that I didn't mention, but is absolutely important here on this map as well.
What? Okay. Why shouldn't we just pick a hero who just one-shots the camp alone faster than most duos can, while not even losing HP to it? It's just so stupid how strong Hogger is for taking those nulls while being a null himself.
Yeah, I mean that's why he is like the true nullman. So Turbo in the chat said only 2-1 this time for Lili's, by the way. And it's important to note that this is a best of 2. And it can only be a draw now for Sion van Lili. Johanna picked up here.
There comes the Johanna.
Right wing for Beanfish, though, this time.
I guess Johanna is a very comfy pick for a Coco. I don't see a reason why you would pick Jojo now.
Well, I know that Yimek does enjoy it, and of course it is still a very good hero.
But you could just go Diablo or something else and get more out of it, except instead of having a Johanna with a Merlin Stormbolt with a 60-second cooldown.
Wow, feisty words coming out here.
But yeah, Sylvanas is the ban now from the side of Theon Van Lili, not wanting to get mind controlled again. Which of course, like, they've got Jojo. It's like you don't have to OCC. Just try to clear waves.
Yeah.
It actually stays alive a long time, which is especially against Stukov pretty nice.
Of course, she does have her Unstoppable as well. I've had a question here come in as sort of, how does one win in a best of 2? And the answer is you win both maps. Otherwise, it is a draw.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Or you just lost it, of course, if you lose both maps also.
That is the other option. Yeah, and that means that in our leaderboard, you get 3 points for the win and 1 point for the draw, 0 for the loss, much like football.
Yeah, and here we go. There comes in the Varian with the Shattering Throw. So if China presses D, he just charges her, taunts her, and there's his Duke of Sands underneath you. Lunar will also slow you. And ZFG will probably just go for another CC tool. Again, I'm not a big fan of Tsonia here. She doesn't bring a lot of CC to the team, but probably she will go Leap again.
Yeah, I mean, we did see Leap used successfully in the in the game, sort of prior to these, you know. But that was in a different scenario. The Leap can do well, and Tassadar and Vala actually are potential Leap targets here. But will they be too far away for the rest of the team to get any sort of value?
Depends on the last pick now. What will it be? Surfgy. He did pick the Kalphas in the last game. What will it be now? You can just go Kalphas again, honestly. Just follow up on the taunt every time.
It's going to be Jaina.
Also works.
So I think, you know, the Kel'Thas does have the stun, of course, but the Jaina potentially a little bit more powerful when they don't need that stun. Can put out a lot of damage, can be helping sort of really punish the Johanna, make sure that they can't get that good positioning that they need until they press the shield. So yeah, I mean, I quite like the Jaina here, but is it a bit too short ranged against the Tassadar Vala?
It definitely can be, but that's like what they have to Varian. Like Varian has to go on Johanna to force cooldowns on Johanna, and then like Jaina and Lunara are in range, especially Jaina is in range to hit the Johanna, and then Johanna has to fall back. And if she falls back, there's a opening up a moment for loop, where for leap, where she could leap in and then hit one of the targets which is close to Johanna.
Yep, so the predictions are now up on the top of the chat, so please make sure you go use your points and try and work out who is going to win this game as we go into game number 2 here on Alterac Pass.
Indeed, as we're starting to the left hand, the Blues AFK for Coco, one map ahead so far. Got Beanfish on the Brightwing, Yimek on his Johanna Proximo, playing the Tassadar says Leaf on the Hogger, and Poppin' Fresh on the Vala.
I will say it does look like Johanna is a comfort pick for Yimek by these mastery taunts, Samu. But here on the side of the red team, it is Seon Van Lili with Metamake on the Sonya, Swanbang on the Stukov, Zerf on the Jaina, Myrmidon on Varian, and Leisure Maeli on the Lunara. That is Seon Van Lili, and they have gone for low blow as well in this one, of course, helping follow up with the taunt.
We also do see overpower for Varian, which is a weird pick nowadays, but it brings you the best burst damage. So if you just try to one-shot targets, both Varian, Stukov, and whoever is around, it is the most damage and the most effective one. As Jaina gets picked up in the bot lane. Yeah,
Myrmidon comes down, but it's just too little too late. Soaks a little bit of the XP and actually has to just go, nope, not touching that with a barge pole. And it's a nice early kill, but ultimately, we can look at the XP. It gives just 303 XP, and that's just more than one tower and not more than one minion wave. Thank you for everyone who's following, by the way. We've got having a sudden flurry of follows. We do this every Monday. The Nexus Rumble happens every Monday, 20 CEST. So weirdly, we don't have Hogger doing the camp, and we instead have 3 heroes from the side of the blue team.
That's the comparison. Like, you could have either Hogger do it, or 3 other heroes.
It just kind of shows how good Hogger is at taking that camp.
It's quite interesting. We do see bones to gnaw for Haga on level 1, which is not used that often anymore. You very often see the rage talent, which gives you a lot of healing over time, and especially the active, which makes you like when you rotate, you can already have rage when you join a team fight or join somewhere. You already have rage and don't have to build it up from a 0 again.
Wow, interesting Hogger tips coming out here from Samu. Will help me, certainly, as my Hogger is terrible. But as we see now, the blue team are soaking just a little bit better. They're a little bit ahead, and Myrmidon finally gets that taunt. The shield appears from his arm, and will look to try and put a little bit of pressure onto the enemy team.
Yo. This leaf spinning in. Legend Amiela is in a little bit of trouble, gets polymorphed. But it's a Nera. Oh wait, Nera's galloping in a weird way.
Yeah. Really trying to buy time here. Goes inside there, but now they're just going a little bit too close, perhaps, for comfort. They've got no way of escaping here. You can't go between this.
No,
This is just buying for time. And ultimately, they do go down. The siege camps are popping up in 2 seconds. It's not the most time used in the world.
But it's also like time bought.
Yeah, I suppose it helps with the red team soaking.
Yeah, the red team did so, but in the meantime, the objective spawned, so Nera is dead while the objective is technically here, so they could have looked to go for it, but the camp is up and Hogga did take it this time. Which was quite a bit faster than the Jane on the other side, so...
Sparta saying, Yimik, what is this level 1? They have gone for globes. It'll give them a little extra sustain in some of these fights, but ultimately the double blind is often favoured as the talent to go for these days. Force Wall coming out, not quite connecting. The electric fence does slow them a little bit, but it's not quite enough to net them a Sonya kill at the top here.
I mean, it's also a little bit of an adaptation to the opponent's team's DPS. Like, you do have low blow, you have Baron, who is mostly spell damage based with the double one. Sonya, which is also mostly spell damage based. Jaina, which is pure spell damage. Like, have you looked at her auto attacks? They're tickling, if even. And then Lunara, which is like 50-50 between auto attack damage and spell damage, which is usually a poison, which is more of the bigger threat. For the heal over time, just helps you more in terms of negating damage.
Yeah, and we see used there for great effect here, able to sustain a little bit longer, but Myrmidon is in, trying to go for Proximo, following the death of Legion Miele as well, as both of them really tried to get this Tassadar, but neither were successful. They'll have to wait for a little bit longer, maybe once that Sonya has Leap. We are expecting Leap with this Slam build. That will be where they can catch perhaps the Tassadar out a little bit later, but for now they have to defend this objective. Trying to find something. Zergev putting on a good bit of damage onto Hoppin' Fresh. They are pushing back the blue team right now, and they are going to be able to get this channel the other way.
Indeed, let's see. Nera stepping up, just being annoying, just being on Nera, slowing down, getting some poke damage going.
Yeah, able to dodge out there from Z-Leaf's stun. And that's going to allow the red team to actually claim this camp. And I think they probably should be able to defend it for 8 seconds. Yeah,
they do. Legend Amelia stepping up again a bit. Hogga is looking for a spin. Let's get a little weird angle there. Nice silence coming out, stopping down Skull and Lunara. She's able to just gallop away.
Yeah, I mean, really, the red team able to get that objective is an absolute success for them. And with no kills from the side of the blue team, going to allow them to get the maximum soak, maximum damage they can possibly get. Oh, a good spear here from Metamake. They're trying to find Proximo, but are they going to be too close? No, they go down. Metamake does have 20% armor reduced right now, and maybe will go down. No, with a 10% heal, they're able to get away, and the cheese spray comes out. Sion Van Lili looking a lot better in this game, but Jaina is going to be the one to fall in the bot lane.
Indeed, we do see a Q build for Vala this game, so looking to burst down targets. There we go, Blessed Shield has been picked up for Johanna. Main of Vengeance, Shockwave. Not any surprises so far. You have to say, I just played a game of Waterbolt and it doesn't feel bad. I have to play it a bit more again to really get unbiased again after playing Shockwave for 4 months straight.
Yeah, yeah. I think, you know, I'm absolutely a big fan of Shockwave myself. But we do have Leap on the other side. We have the Flailing Swipe coming out here from Stukov, so will help in disengaging, perhaps even isolating Johanna or Hogger while they are unstoppable. So it can be used sort of offensively at the same time. But blue team now looking for the Sonya. The Blessed Shield comes out, the stun and nails. There's another stun available. The Polymorph as well. Sonya's unable to leap away. Great CC chain. Great kill here for AFK for Coco.
It gives them a lot of control, but in the meantime, Sion and Lili, they managed to pick up the Bruiser camp, while on the other side we just see Hogger starting it out on it.
Yeah, but as we discussed, it goes down super quickly, and they will have it just in time to maybe defend this underneath the keep.
Yeah, it still gives a little bit of prior towards. Oh, actually, Yimek pulling it outside of it. Oh, it's a really good spot for them. Yeah. It's the perfect spot because like the Taunt
was big, but so was the shield, but the shield's not going to be enough as Johanna goes down. A good kill here for the red team, but Poppin' Fresh is coming on the side, trying to find the Lunara. Does indeed. The Hungering Arrow hungers and gets the kill. They're looking for Myrmidon, but he's able to dash away with that level 10 talent and is in safety behind the structures. The Leap on the other side with the Ring of Frost catches Vala, catches Tassadar, and that is what we're talking about. Being able to close the distance with the Leap, to be able to get Jaina to do the damage onto those squishy backline targets. Really well done here by the red team. And actually, you know, they're not falling behind this game, Samu.
The next prisoners are about to spawn. That 13 is right around the corner for both teams as well. Skonia got the nice top wave pushing in, but there's the global coming in handy for FK for Coco with the Bride Wing. Just being able to stay top, pick up those XP, not clear the lane too fast actually, so not really pushing out.
Level 13 is here now, and it is the point and click shield remove talent that is going to be helping them get kills potentially.
Oh, later. Oh, okay. Leaping strikes is there.
Some geometry, but the Blessed Shield was popped out, and they're looking to try and go onto Myrmidon, but Yimek is in a little bit of trouble. The Leap comes out onto Hogger, onto Proxima. The Cleanse is there available. The Soothing Mist, but Z-Leaf is in a little bit of trouble. The Split so much right now, but the red team is just focusing on this objective. They are laser focused right now. This is good team communication from Seon Van Lili. Yimek comes in, will be in a little bit of danger. The shield goes down. They're trying to find something. A big slow comes in, but the Ring of Frost connects with two of them. But three people go down from the black hole. It is incredible. And that is why Tassadar can sometimes be so good on these flanking positions.
Indeed, but they still lost the objective. And they have to deal with that. So even though they got the kills, the main advantage got his experience, because those cavalries are still pretty annoying even if there's no hero with it.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that, you know, you can, if you clear the minions, they're sort of fairly powerless, but they still sort of do linger around, and they're fairly tanky themselves. There's something you have to think about, and it just gives the red team a little bit of time to rejoin the fight. They won't get a lot from this turn-in, but they can maybe think about going for top boss, potentially bottom boss, while top's being cleared. They just need to think about what are they going to do post this, and they're looking for Poppin' Fresh, but Myrmidon not able to find it. Thinking perhaps that bush is a little bit too close. Oh, but they might try to find Beanfish here. Metamake stepping up. But instead it comes back the other way. Myrmidon, a little bit of trouble themselves. The Blessed Shield could be popped here. Doesn't just yet, but there's a lot of stuns comes out. The Ring of Frost doesn't manage to connect. They're able to get the kill onto Varian. The Leaping Strike was used onto Z-Leaf. He's kept alive by the Brightwing, but Z-Leaf falling lower and lower. The spinning to winning, and now they're looking to chase them down. Out comes Tassadar, but it's Sonya that falls. The 2-for-1 kill here for the Blues.
Indeed, a very good catch there onto that Varian. Nice teleport, stalling out the death of Hogger, enabling them to also forcing Sonya to overextend for that kill and punishing her for that in the end. Very well done.
Yeah, it's one of those things that had they had that bottom fort, had they had just a bit more space, perhaps the red team would have been able to survive. But a lot of damage coming in here. Really good aggressive play here from Lunara and Zerg, but it's almost too aggressive as Lunara goes down. They're unable to confirm the kill on Poppin' Fresh or Proximo. And another death means that, well, it looks like it's going to be another boss attempt here for the Blues. Or perhaps not.
They're holding back so far. Brightwing should go B and defend top if she has poured up. Yes, she does. Miles looking for a camp. Don't let Haga do it! Oh, actually, but then engage and 2 kills people are dying.
They tried to do something sneaky against Jaina, but Jaina took the shield talent on level 13, able to push that right back up, get a good bit of survivability, and with a quick Ring of Frost, Blizzard, and Cone of Cold, it was danger zones here for both Tassadar and Johanna. They go down, the boss now goes over to the red team, and well, they can go for a double boss play with a potential objective at the same time, Samu.
But even if you get the kill onto Jaina, there's still 4 other angry people which will kill you.
You're not wrong, you're not wrong. I think they might have just realised they were in a bit of a wrong place and they just had to try and do the best of a bad situation.
Maybe, yeah, that's probably the thing.
Right, Leoja
Manelli starting the top.
And you can see that this is a decent chunk of damage done by the Lunara, but they are running out of HP. Now here to be tanked by the rest. They're being a bit greedy here, trying to go for lots of things at once. Trying to
While at least one enemy is affected by Nature's Toxin, heal for 18 per second, so the Lunara is actually having pretty decent self-healing while hitting that boss stuff.
Yeah, you're not wrong, you're not wrong. Jaina finally turns up, the blue team swarming around, perhaps realising what's going on here. Myrmidon sitting in that bush, waiting perhaps for Poppin' Fresh. Poppin' Fresh is there, but no one goes on him! It's too late, the taunt is there, the silence is underneath him, but with the Rain of Vengeance, he's able to stay alive. Out comes the black hole, Myrmidon goes down, catches onto Jaina as well. Are they able to find anything more here, Samu? The blue team having a kill in a dire need of momentum for them.
Indeed, in the meantime, the objective did spawn. The top boss is getting pretty much ignored, which might take down the keep, which would be big for the side of Xianwen Lili. But the objective is right now under the control of AFK for Coco, and they're looking to go in. But Yime actually taking a lot of damage, has to pop the Iron Skin and even loses that shield from that.
Yeah, so we've seen Leona Manelli using this leaping strike to such good use here, repositioning all over the place, trying to get a little bit of damage, a little bit of safety out of it. And that is their ultimate ability. That really does help out. But yeah, we saw this boss, the big beefy boy that they've claimed at the top, obviously get a lot of damage here, almost 50% off the keep. And if the red team were to get the next objective, it would most likely take the keep, if not attended to.
Like, on this map, it's very weird because you usually want to defend the keep, but if someone walks at the core and he doesn't kill, oh, the blow up onto Jojo.
Yeah, and we saw the Shattering Throw used to great use there. Making sure that that shield did not last long whatsoever for the blue team.
But on this map, it's a very weird dynamic. Due to the core being that strong and getting self-healing, you often, like, you rather try to defend the keep than defending something which takes, let's say, 50% of the core, because the core regenerates anyways and defends it himself. So you rather defend the keep, so you have those 10 additional armor, 20 additional armor on the core, than those core HP on the right now, which you will regenerate later anyways.
Yeah. So importantly, the red team are using this time that they've gained from killing Johanna to make a play for this middle fort. And that's exactly sort of what you were saying, how these structures can be so important on this map because you want to get it down, make sure that the core has less armor, and so now the red team can potentially make a play for 2 structures or weaken a variety of them for the next game-ending play, as level 20 is just around the corner for both teams, Samu. Which one takes the lead here at level 20 for you?
Varian has the upgraded banner, which is very strong with Ducal Studio, which also for Jaina and Lunara, it's not their own 20, but the Varian 20. Just having the spell banner all the time is insane, but just looking at the 20s itself, I think AFK for Coco has the better ones. But in the team dynamic, I think if Xianwen Lili has the better 20. Oh, blessed shield! One shot, there we go. Okay, bye Lunara.
Already that upgraded level 20 ability causing Lunara to just be stunned for that bit longer, and Lunara does not have a lot of HP, meaning that they do go down. But, you know, the blue team actually committing a lot to the top wave when this middle keep was being sieged on by the rest of them. I would have liked them to just ignore it a bit more, but we see it. This is a good wall here, forcing Myrmidon to use their charge onto Beanfish, onto something, just trying to make space right now. They're using the banner. They're healing up a lot with that Q. They maybe could have got away had they gone the other way, but no. They sacrifice themselves for space here.
Actually, the Tassada wall on 20, together with the electric fence on the 4, is really a hard one for the Varian. Because Varian has no way to really get around. He's just getting stopped there. Everyone else just runs away while Varian has to stand there just waiting to walk around that wall.
Yeah, we do have...
done that by Coco.
We've got some sad pandas in the chat with Jaina not going for the upgraded ult at level 20. It can be very, very good, especially if we're going for lots of quick fights with the Taunt. But I think, you know, ultimately these fights have been pretty much on cooldown of the Ring of Frost. So having the deep chill will just help find a little bit more. But we see Zergef and the rest of the red team are positioning for this mid keep.
Currently thinking, what's the other Jada level 20 talent?
It's Blink.
The Blink.
The tiny Blink. The smallest Blink in the world. Not sure if it's bigger than Li Ming's Blink. I don't think it is. You can dodge basically one skill shot with it, but you ain't getting out of anywhere with it. Now, blue team. Yemek has found
the Blink, so you use them aggressively and not too defensively.
Yemek found Legiona there, used the blind to remove the spell shield, meaning that they will be a lot squishier. This boss pushing down in the bot lane. He's got themselves a fort, but ultimately the blue team are really far behind right now. It's a little bit of a struggling position for them. Blessed Shield comes out once again. Huge damage, but the swipe is there. Not enough, but Valor does go down. We see the crater being used and the spin trying to be used for Z-Leaf, but instead they're getting focused further and further down. But Varian finally gets taken. Z-Leaf survives with just a sliver of HP after going hog wild in the back. Oh my goodness. 3 for 1 here after the beautiful crater of Sonya.
Thinking about it, I actually would not mind the Ring of Frost upgrade, because with the crater you can keep them in that area for long enough so they will get hit by the second explosion.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You could almost put it around the crater. Like a perfect ring.
And like the middle explodes a bit later.
Yeah.
Especially looking at the heroes of AFK for Coco. The only ones which can get out is Brightwing with Blink Heal and Hogger by spinning out Batasara and... Oh, wait a second, Dana gets picked off here.
That is going to be crucial pick off here for AFK for Coco. They will be able to siege much better. They'll be able to push some of the sort of more dangerous lanes. What I want to see them do is maybe push a bit bot, maybe claim both of these forts and maybe even try and get top keep if they're so lucky. But it's going to be tough, you know. Their waves are so far pushed back in the mid and top lanes. It's interesting to see Crater here, I'll be honest. You know, without... Obviously, you know, Slam build's pretty good for damage, but the Crater, without sort of the spin healing, you're going to be finding yourselves focused while in that Crater. And that's exactly what happened, and Tassadar was more than happy to oblige with putting a lot of damage. We've got some Lili believers, though. Miracu saying it's okay for Lili still. They're believing. They're believing hard, Sammy.
Yeah, Lili's having a really good control of the map right now. So even though they lose like most forts now, they should still be fine map-wise.
Probably losing 2 forts. I think they're going to lose this mid-keep if they're not careful. This is a really strong push. There's a lot of minion wave here, and Jaina has only just stand up. The Blizzard does go down, cleans a lot of these minions, but we've seen so much damage coming out from Poppin' Fresh and Proximo in this, but they have to be careful. The danger pings are on Sonya. She is the one with the engage. Out comes a lot of stuns, but Proximo's in danger. Pops 35 armor. Fortunately, the taunt is there onto there. Seems a little bit uncoordinated right now for side of there. But now comes the leap onto the back. Proximo in danger. Varian goes down though. Legion with no follow-up here available because that. But the Hog Wild bouncing around, going everywhere, taking care of the rest of the heroes. Metamake, the Hungering Arrow doesn't hit them. They will survive for now.
I feel like that's the kind of leap you need. Like you have to hit Tasada and Vala, because it's not about Sonya staying alive while being in. It's more about them dying while being in the crater.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing was, Legion and Miele used their leaping strikes before that. They did not have it available. A key bit of damage available for them. This is indeed a EU league. It happens every Sunday. 20 CH.
Sunday. This is actually threatening the core, because of the null camps. The core is down to 20 armor.
Yeah, and it's punishing it hard. We do see, of course, double damage there available. The blink in. Beanfish is in a little bit of danger. Sonya goes down. Legion and trying their best to put damage on. It goes on to Brightwing, but still there's Z-Leaf and Poppin Fresh. That's enough damage to potentially do something here. But we see, you know, if they can defend this, if they can wave clear, it's coming out. They're going on to the Valor. Valor is down. 4,000 HP left on this core. Flailing swipe away. It could be enough. It could be enough with the flailing swipes. They're able to keep this core alive, Samu.
That's the expect defended the core for AFK for Coco, but here on Lili, they got 4 kills. They can just...
They can march on core here. They can march on core. This is GG for Ceylon Van.
Actually, are they in time for the null camp?
I mean, I think even regardless, you know, they won't get it here, but they'll clear it very easily. They got late game Lunara. They've got enough damage. 2 keeps down as well.
But it's like the thing. They tried to go for core, they didn't manage it, and now the core is taking full health.
Yeah, 6 seconds till Brightwing is available.
Taking a lot of damage, just a ton on Proximo.
You know, if Proximo gets a kill on Legiona here, it's actually defendable. And, you know, the DPS have taken a lot of damage. They're looking for it, and actually it's potentially with no minions attacking the core right now.
Yeah.
They've defended this as well. Sammy, what is this game? And why is it going to 30 minutes again?
Welcome to our truck path.
The red team have retreated. They're going for the objective instead, but we're going to get another even 5 versus 5 fight here. They're going to be on a clock. 50 seconds. Is it enough for the blue team to come back into this game?
Yeah, they're back. They're ready to defend this. They will just look for another left shield onto someone. If Jojo is not the one who's getting engaged first.
Here we go.
Shield.
But with it, Legion and Miele is on the flank. They're able to put the damage onto Beanfish, but the Hog Wild is spinning off. They're trying to get a lot. Yumek is trying to put the damage up, but they're getting cut by Sonya. Sonya goes down. Varian goes down. Beanfish is trying to keep themselves alive, but it's traded with Lunara. It is a 3 for 2 here once again, and we have Jaina and Stukov versus Tassadar, Vala, and Hogger.
It feels so wrong to see it work, because Sleeve on the Hogger, he did spin in with no rage at all, so he did literally no damage with the spin. He just was in a really good position afterwards, ended up to really secure 2 kills. Surf G actually on the Jaina.
It's a nice flaming swipe, but now the heals is available. Can they find it? They do indeed. Jaina goes down. Swangbang is in danger as well. The wall catches him. He's slowed. 500 HP. The Hungering Arrow is available. Hungering Arrow, 100 HP. Okay. It's the thing is, there's a big minion wave at the top here. Johanna's available in 7 seconds. I think they should be able to defend that. Meanwhile, the rest of the blue team are going for the objective.
Yeah, Lunara is back. Brightwing is back. Only one dead for now is the Jaina.
Swangbang is going for the back door. They're going for the back door? They could go for the back door. There's still a whole minion wave available. But no, they're saying it's a flank.
Oh.
Out comes the leap.
The silence underneath. Does do a lot. Proximo is actually going down, but so will Metamake. Yes, 1-for-1 trade so far.
The Hogger spinning around does have rage this time. The Blessed Shield connects. Huge onto 3. Lunara gets deleted here. They're going on to Varian. Varian goes down. The blue team finding these good kills. And the Blessed Shield from Yumek. Incredible.
Lunara?
Incredible.
Not like Lunara gone. Am I right?
But they have to be careful. There is a huge minion wave here. Someone has the Hearthstone, perhaps, from the blue team. And Hogger was the one.
It's like Zanara actually got stunned by Blessed Shield, got polymorphed, and like 2 arrows from Vala are enough to kill it.
Look,
I know a huge win wave on the core. Jaina is here, so is this new cop. Will it this time be able to end out this game? I would say yes, because the cavalry is on its way.
You would say yes, but Jaina is decent enough to maybe try and do a little bit of that wave clear, but the heroes are still alive. Poppin' Fresh doesn't have a lot of HP. It is only him to be able to do it. Blessed Shield connects once again. This max range. I know you said it was basically just a Storm Bolt, but it does so much more. But there's a kill. It's 8,000 HP on the core. Flaming Swipe is going to be there. Will it be able to clear these minion waves away once again? No. 1,000 HP. 300. GG. Well played. AFK for Coco. Take this 2-0.
The level 20 rewind Murad and getting the skill.
Oh, Sammy, what a series. What a game.
Jesus. AFK for Coco and Zeon Lili. Even though it was a 2-0 for Zeon Lili in the regular season, AFK for Coco not giving them an inch, not giving them a break, not even giving us a break.
No,
27 minutes game, just stretching it out longer and longer. Guys, I'm happy I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Well, some of us do, but fortunately I live an hour behind. Yes, if you missed this match, of course, and have just tuned in, I know that Poppin will be putting this on YouTube almost straight away to be able to watch it. It will be on our YouTube channel, which is somewhere in the world. Please, you know, show stats. Turbo wants us to show stats. I can do that, I'm sure. I don't have a great stats screen available, but we can find one. I can do something pretty quickly. All together in 1 second, as we can just, you know, if Sammy just pads for me while I get the stats up.
Yeah, I mean, in the meantime, we can like we can talk about the murder in the thing again. Just joking. Yeah, it was a very, very well done. Like it was exactly the thing about Ultra Pass, which a lot of people dislike. It's spam those null camps, and as soon as like one keep goes down, you don't try to end the game because you just can end the game. It was exactly the same on the other side. It's a little bit different. The death time was a bit closer because you had to they had to go across the map on the side of Samuel. I think it would have been safe if they just went for boss and get the pressure on the core that way, because the boss, when 2 keeps are down, can end the game if he's ignored. And top lane, they still had both force left, so the min wave was also in their favor. So top lane would have probably forced to end the game. And meanwhile, they could have taken the objective for the side of Zeon Lili, which would have probably been the safer play.
Yeah,
but you cannot blame them for going for core. It's just so hard on Ultra Pass to really think about it, or to estimate if you finish the core or not.
It's really interesting to note that we have so many siege damage numbers, but actually nobody reached 100k in heroes damage. You know, Valor was there with 96,000 damage, but ultimately, you know, these fights were quick. They were quick bursts. And they were done very sharpish. So yeah, really well done here for both teams. Of course, that is all we have time for, isn't it, tonight, Sammy?
Indeed.
Now, I hope you've enjoyed. This happens every Monday, 20 CEST. If you want to play, you can do as well. !Rumble. If you find 4 of your friends that you all want to play with, you don't have to be signed up to the Heroes Lounge main season. You can just play in the NEXUS Rumble and just have a good old-fashioned time. AFK for Coco are our current champions, and you can see why. They are scraping out these games, really putting on the pressure, trying to be the NEXUS Rumble champions this season. But yeah, here every Monday, at 20 CEST, probably be me or Samu and someone else, or together here on this channel. Make sure you follow, and yeah, we're here. Or do Discord to just get involved in the general Heroes Lounge tournaments themselves. Samu, have you got anything you'd like to shout out before we head off somewhere?
Not really. Thank you all guys for joining. Hope you guys had also a lot of fun, and see you at latest next Monday, I guess, back here. And maybe not me, but someone will be back to discuss here.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Good evening and welcome to the NEXUS Rumble. As Vidra is falling lower and lower, and Mad Morph is going to try and get that down, but no, Lucy is there with the healing, gets silenced, gets slowed himself. Vidra is able to get away, Tetracell as well. Red team really able to turn around. There's the taunt. Galgar is going to possibly fall themselves, but no!
Instead, it's alright. He's gonna get taken out by Johanna as well.
Pushing in, but Vitra now, Vitra Frost coming in, and Johanna is getting bursted, but the counter kill against Jet, immediately the taunt works going in onto Woozer. He's dropping low with his dead life. He does for now, but no. He does not.
You have Leap Sonya, which can be good enough for engage. There's the leap. The Valkyrie could be coming out shortly as well, but here's the grabber bomb. B-Boss is falling lower and lower. He's got 700 HP, but he's able to get that heal from the well himself. There comes the Ring of Frost, but blue team able to get an almost a full team wipe. But here we go. The taunt already coming out onto Johanna. The follow-up may be coming out. Here's the grabber bomb pulling in on Varian. They're going for him. The protected comes out just a bit too early for the lurking on to interrupt, but Woozer is in grave danger himself and does get taken out. This is fantastic stuff for the red team as they're going to keep chasing forward. They're low on health, but Lucio is fine with that. Going to be able to heal them up nicely. The sound barrier already